Yeah, that's that's about it. It's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. I'm here in my crowded craft room because I don't even have everything in from the car. There are still 5 bins and 2 tables to come in from the car, but I just didn't have the energy to do it. So it's like, it can wait. So, a recap of today's craft show. Sorry. It did not go well. I had high hopes. I figured, okay, this is there's a higher show fee than I usually pay. So it was $120. When you're paying $120 for a space at a craft show, you're expecting a premium show. Like they do all sorts of advertising, and you have wall to wall people, very well attended. Um, People are coming to buy, and that just wasn't the case. There was maybe an hour out of the 4 hour show. Yeah, it was only 4 hours. That's that's a lot of money for a 4 hour show. So I'm not going to do it again. There was about an hour when it was pretty busy, but it took an hour and a half into the show before I got my first sale. And then let's see, things probably dried up, sales dried up like an hour before the show ended. So, 4 hour show, all of my sales were an hour and a half window. So, you know, for another show, if it was a regular table fee, like 25 or $30, $170 in sales would have been good. Okay, that's like, I can't do math. Like 5 times my table fee. My brain is tired. But when you pay $120 to get into a show, only making $50 over your table fee is not good. It's, considering the time I spent setting up, sitting there, and breaking down, that's less than $10 an hour. So, well, what sold well? Chickens. I sold 4 chickens, 3 of them to one lady, and turtles. You know how for this show I said, oh, they advertised my big head turtles, so I better make some. I made 3 for the show, and I sold 2 of them. Um, the little strawberry imkin that I just made, that sold. So I guess I'm going to be making some more imkins. One thing, I sold a bear that was probably one of the first amigurumi I made. And it wasn't, I look at it now and I'm just like, oh, 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 so amateurish. Oh. But somebody saw it and they liked it. And she looks at the price tag and she's like, oh, only $8? I didn't want to say, yeah, because it's been sitting in stock for 10 years. But she loved it and she thought she was getting a great bargain and she was happy with her purchase. So, yeah, I don't want to go through like each and every little thing that's sold. Another fairly new item, when I made that colorful triceratops with the red heart kids yarn in bikini color. It was very colorful. Hopefully I've got a picture I can put up there. That sold. Somebody saw that and she was just like, oh, look at this. Oh, it's rainbow. And she was holding up to her little girl like, look at this. Do you like this dinosaur? And the little girl hugged it, so she bought that. But it was a rather discouraging day. So I'm trying to look on the plus side. On the way home, I always listen in my car to um, The Message on Sirius. It's a Christian radio station. And on the way home, blessing offer sang Brighter Days. Or Brighter Day? There's going to be a brighter, okay, it must be Brighter Day. And, he was singing that one just to me because I was discouraged. I'm like, when am I going to when am I going to get a break on these craft shows? It seems like the majority of my craft shows this year have been less than I hoped for. I haven't had any shows that really like, whoa, that was a great show. And he's singing along. It's going to be a brighter day. So I have a show next week, and then shows the 3 weeks after that. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm going to go sit in my chair. I have one more page of puzzles for my proofreading quota for today, and then I'm going to play with yarn and just have fun playing with yarn. Okay, brighter side. So Blessing Offer sang Brighter Day for me on the way home. I got there and back safely. I mean, there were a lot of sections of road that have the sign that say, deer area, be careful. Not a deer to be seen. It was not pouring rain when I loaded or unloaded or loaded my car back up. It was misting a little though. And I got to stop at the grocery store on the way home. And I picked up my kombucha. So I have kombucha again. And I was like putting stuff every little nook and cranny in the car. Like this shelf here that it's a hanging shelf that my daughters used to have in the closet. But here it's got a little section where you hang the stuff, or you hang it on the rod in your closet. So when I put this into the car, this is facing the back of the car, and nothing really fits in between here and the gate of the car, except for a 6-pack of kombucha. And then you can put a little bag of groceries on top of it. So I got my kombucha. We have tissues again. We've been going through a lot of tissues. My husband is also coughing and sniffling and all that. So tissues are a hot commodity at our house this week. And I got more tissues. So I did have a successful trip to the grocery store. And I'm home. I'm home where I can cuddle up in my chair with my penguin blanket and play with yarn and just enjoy a quiet evening at home. I'm going to go watch some YouTube videos because usually I'm watching them through the day, and I couldn't do that today. I did make 3 glow monsters while I was at the craft show today. So I made 3 last night and then 3 today, but I did sell 1. So I think I have enough glow monsters for next week. Next week is a local school. Kids will help me carry my stuff in. West Seneca East. I only get one table, one 6-foot table. So I think I'm going to try to fit a table in here someplace and do a mock-up and just try to get the stuff that really has been selling in the table. So, the funny thing about today's show, I did not sell a single item over $20. No big things. The 2 turtles were $18 each. Those were the only big items, I think. Yes. So, and there was one chicken that I sold for $15. It was a cute one. I made it with the Dollar Tree yarn. They had a flower yarn that had little fluffy things, and it turned out pretty cute. So that sold. So I had to pull out some more of that flowered yarn, see if I can make some more chickens with flowered yarn. Okay. that's it. Thank you for everyone who wished me luck and said you hoped I had a good show and all that. I it I made my table feedback, so it wasn't a really bad show. It's just I get my hopes up, like, oh, this one's gonna be so crowded. I'm gonna sell out of stuff, and I'm gonna you know have the best October yet, and didn't happen. So there's always next week, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after. Does that take me to November 18th? I don't know. So, enough of my silliness. I'm going to go play with yarn. Bye bye.